talking so much about volunteer tracking with customers lately that I figured that is exactly what Lindsay's lessons need to be about this week. It's the perfect topic because I guarantee that every single one of you has at least one customer with volunteers that come on site at their facility. Whether it's a school or a hospital or any type of organization, it doesn't really matter. But a lot of those places have volunteers and they need to track them. Turns out BadgePass is the perfect application for that. Okay, so what we've been doing in a lot of schools lately, and hospitals and other organizations alike, is this. Volunteers have been coming in the district, and they've been needing a way to be positively ID'd in the system. So what we're doing is we're using BadgePass Identity Manager to enroll those people in the system. Now, anybody who's watched Lindsay's lessons before knows that BadgePass Identity Manager now has driver's license scanning capabilities. So all we have to do is simply take a volunteer's driver's license or any state or federally issued ID, scan it in the system, and Identity Manager will automatically be populated with all of their relevant information. What's even cooler is before we print them a badge, right from Identity Manager, we can actually check those volunteers against the National Sex Offender Public Registry and make sure that they're not on that list of national sex offenders. So that is a great plugin. There's no additional charge for this. It comes with the system. So that's kind of the neat thing to talk to your customers about because we can do it right from our ID badging application. How cool is that? So I've checked all my volunteers. I've registered them in the system. Now I just want to print them a badge. So a lot of volunteers, instead of having to check in and get printed a temporary badge every time they show up at a location to volunteer, they'd rather have like an actual ID card that they can wear on every visit. Super simple. So all we're going to do is print them a card with a barcode on it. So now that card is going to have their photo, any other relevant information, as well as a barcode. So when that volunteer shows up to that facility, the next time they can simply check in using one of our other favorite applications, BadgePass Visitor Manager, and they can check in using their volunteer ID badge as opposed to having to present their driver's license. Now don't get me wrong, Visitor Manager still works extremely well when reading driver's licenses or state or federally issued IDs. But if you're going to already be badging your volunteers, why not track them in that system as well? So now they're just going to show up, present their credential, dip it in the driver's license reader the same way they would with a driver's license, and then register for their volunteering time at that location. What's even cooler is you can actually go in and run reports on the number of hours that your volunteers have spent at that location. So if you want to know for the last 6 months, how long have my volunteers been in the building, just run a report by date range. All of our reports are web-based, so it makes it very simple for all of your customers to easily run reports on their volunteers and where they've been. So, volunteer tracking. A lot of times people don't really think of BadgePass as the perfect application for it, but it works extremely well in a lot of different environments. So, if you have any questions, just give me a call.